Can we turn it so it's...
You turn it any which way you want.
I know we can't. I hate this laptop.
It's your laptop.
I know, but I keep looking up,
Do you want
but
me-
our
you wanna wear my
cameras...
hat?
No, it's not that.
Yeah.
It's weird. Lace for it. But that's okay. I have a little kid.
Well, you can just get yourself one of them their cameras.
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, Honey Badgers
are
is in the
great.
house already.
This
And
is
so is
weird.
Tabitha.
Here, can we push this in the center a little bit more?
Sure, if you want.
There.
There we go.
Can we hear us? Okay. And we gotta keep looking down if we want to have eye contact, or else it's gonna look like we're looking up this whole time.
Sean in Alaska.
Oh.
Welcome to
Sandy.
Monday Night Live.
Hi, Sandy. How is everybody? It has been a while since we've been live.
Yes, it has. Well, there was a time where we didn't have any of the interwebs back, and we were just out here carving our little piece of heaven back out of the woods.
Yeah. Piece of heaven's a lot of work, let me tell you.
Yes, yes, it is.
Oh, we've missed you guys too. We really have. Actually, I think because of course every Monday I'm like, I feel like going live, but we didn't have internet or something, or we weren't home, or whatever the case. And I didn't want to do it tonight. Like, I do want to do it because I want to reconnect, but it was so many things happened today, especially near the end. So it's just, we're tired and whatnot. So,
yes.
But no, we are jumping back on the bandwagon, and we are coming back and doing our Monday Night Lives. And that was the whole point of it. We're tired, but we're here and we're ready to reconnect.
Spent all day today, like carving into the land itself and leveling things off here so we can move the trailer over. Mm-hmm. It's going to get moved one more time, but I have to build the barn to put it in. So
yeah, and now we have to re-level it again tomorrow because it's kind of like
I don't know if it was all packed in. I think it just kind of sunk after the fact. So
yeah.
Oh, Grace Martin.
Hey, Grace. Yes. Oh. So how has everybody been doing? How is everybody doing?
And Tabitha was asking, how's it coming along?
I'm nervous. That's so weird.
North Shore sent a room raid.
Oh, no. Hi, Sean.
So how it's been coming along. We sold the place, and
well, they knew that.
Yeah, I know. Just going all in. Sold the place, bought a little trailer, moved into it, up onto a piece of property on our front end. Started carving it out. So I've been back here just slugging it out, cutting trees, dragging brush, clearing the land, trying to level everything. We got the driveway put in. I know you put that in on a video.
The what?
The driveway.
Sorry, I was reading comments and not listening to you.
Well, you that. So we got the driveway put in.
Yes.
And we've got the area for the pole barn already filled and leveled out. I have.
Sorry, I gotta break for a minute. So we have another room raid, like you were saying, but we have people. Is it Adirondacks?
Adirondacks.
Yeah. And then there was someone else. Morning Light says, hi there. I just subbed to you and clicked the thumbs up. Thank you so much. Sheila, Billy, truth be told, hello. Pepper 101, hello.
I love that. Pepper 101 was here.
That's cute.
I used to do that when I was in the Army.
Yeah?
I'd put it all over the place.
Yeah. Did you ever write that phrase, like, Mike was here, but now he's gone?
No.
Oh, I used to write that all over. There's more to it.
Hello from California.
Wow. Can you guys see us okay? We have the same internet we had the last time. So, hello, everybody. You guys make me blush. I was nervous to begin with, but now I'm like, I just want to hide behind a coffee mug.
Thanks, everybody from North Shores. This is awesome. I just spent the last half hour or so hanging out with North Shore over there. And,
I know.
And listening to his live tonight.
I know. I was listening in the background while I was cleaning.
Trusting your only hope.
Yeah.
Amen.
Wilderstead, hello.
Monday
yeah,
Night Live.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, wow. That's awesome. Hello, everybody, and welcome. Thank you for stopping by. We are in our little trailer.
Yes. In our intermediate home before our big home.
Yeah. Yes. We've been kind of dormant for a little bit. I have a video coming out tomorrow, and it's explaining why, but there's nothing that's been happening until recently. So it was a waiting game big time for permits and everything else like that. And they're still not all approved. So our plans got pushed back a little bit, but we're building our home. We sold our off-grid cabin and we're building a new one. And it's not going as fast as we would like, but it's getting there one day at a time. And that's our slogan.
That's it.
Right? One
foot in front of the other. You didn't get anything done.
I didn't realize when we started saying that it would mean all of what we're going through right now. Alabama.
And somebody from Folsom State Prison.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's cool. North Shore Preparedness said, Sean said, happy Monday. Just dropped by to share some love. Well, thank you very much for sharing that love. It's much appreciated.
From the mid-Appalachians.
Yeah, from Kansas City, Alberta.
I love this.
Yes, I do too. Kentucky. That's crazy. Texas.
Patriot Preacher. Eat that elephant one bite at a time.
Yeah. Eventually you'll get there, right?
East Tennessee. I love it. Tomorrow is my birthday. I'll be 30. Not been the best couple of days. Might be breaking up. Aw.
Well, I hope you have a happy birthday.
Yes.
And 30, I'm looking back, between 30 and 35, I think was the best time. Because I finally matured a lot more, a little bit, a lot more, whatever. I matured. But I started to really enjoy who I was, I think. 20 to 30 was probably the funnest time of my life, but 30 is when I started to live in my own skin and love it. After 30, anyways. Austin Storms, they just got home. I was actually going to message you when we were done. I was wondering.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So Austin is our daughter Autumn's boyfriend, and they came up from Michigan to come visit us. So they left our place. Today's Monday, so they left our place yesterday morning, and then they went and toured Toronto and stuff like that. So they've made it back to Michigan. Good. I hope the border was okay for you guys. And we'll message you or call you. And it was so awesome to meet you, and we fully approve. Not that we could do much anyways, because Autumn has done her own thing, pretty much her whole life. But
so Tabitha, or Klingon Princess, said hello from Kronos. Is that actual place? Because Kronos was the god of time, I think, out of Greek mythology. That would be awesome if it was. Hello
Big
from time.
Yeah. I wish I was 30. Yeah, I know. I wish I was 30 again, but I'm not 30. What do you have for internet there, Honey Badger says? We have ExploreNet.
We have something called, there's two chipmunks out in this tree. One holds the acorn.
Our satellite is actually mounted to a tree, too.
Yes, absolutely it is.
Can't wait to hear all about your fun. Well, thank you. Our videos are starting to roll out again this week. I'm working on quite a few right now, actually. And so now that things are starting to progress a little bit, we can actually film stuff. But Austin said he got $100 parking fine in Toronto. Uh-oh. I didn't know fire hydrants were yellow, not red.
Oh, buddy.
Well, at least in American, it'll probably only be like 60,
That's true.
70.
Klingon Princess says Kronos is the Klingon homeworld. I should have known that.
We'll be back to watch videos later. Morning says, "Thank you, and
Thank
thanks
you
for
so
popping
much for
in."
stopping by. That was awesome.
Yes.
I
just bought Prepper 101 says I just bought some land for cheap on Las Palmas. No, is that how you say it? I need my glasses. Palmas.
Okay.
Palmas.
Good.
That's
good
awesome.
for you. I can't wait to start watching. Are you going to build a compound? Just building a little cabin up there?
Yeah.
A homestead? What are you going to do?
Yeah, we started from scratch in this land, where we are now. But it's get your septic permit first if that's the route you're going. Get your septic permit first. We'll just leave it at that. That's one of there'll be more details tomorrow, but that's one of the biggest things that were our holdup. So we had all our ducks in a row pretty much right when we came to this blank piece of land, and we had a engineer all lined up to do our drawings for the blueprints. And because we're not building a kit, we're building ourselves with a neighbor.
Yep.
And
I've got lumber that we're having milled at a local mill and brought in, so it will be milled and have the grooves in it and everything. But we're going to build it on site with local wood. Everybody, I've seen a couple honey badgers said they're in a dead zone and they need internet. Whereabouts
are you again, honey badgers?
And there's been a couple other people. So check into Starlink. It's having a rough time, I think, getting up and off the ground. But those who do have it have been raving about it. What?
This is how out of touch we are.
This is a volcano. That's
awesome. That the one that just erupted too? There was a volcano that just erupted.
Oh, really?
Oh my god.
Yeah, okay. So we are really in the boonies, and we don't really watch any TV or get much of the news. So
maybe they're pulling our leg. We don't know.
It totally could be. Like, there's so much. Last trip I went home, there's so much that went over my head. People were talking about stuff. I'm like, what? Like, the squirrels didn't tell me that. Like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, now I feel silly. You can't tell, I don't think, but I'm all red-faced right now. Like, I should have known that.
Prepper 101. I can recycle all my jokes in here. Yes, you could.
You probably could.
Honey Badgers is in Nova Scotia.
Yeah. Check ExploreNet. I know there's also things like while you're in a dead zone, we are in a pretty dead zone as well. We don't get as soon as we leave our street actually, and we go to like the main highway that's by us.
Yes.
It's completely like you need to have something in your vehicle for some help because there's nothing. There's nothing. So we always have people message us when they're coming up for the first time. We have them message us, which half hour away when they're in the last town that gets reception, just so we know kind of where they were and when we can meet them if there's an emergency. So, yeah. Wilderstead said they're still waiting on Starlink. The pain is real. Yeah.
So are we.
Yeah.
So are we.
Yeah.
I keep checking, but I mean, they don't make it easy to find out anything either.
No. And you know what else too? I remember when you did the application, it said something like you couldn't change addresses. And we changed addresses, so that might even hold us up even more. We got to find more about that. Yeah. Is it Christy? She says that she's got to go. Nice meeting you. It was nice meeting you too.
Thank you for stopping in.
Yes.
Actually, I went onto the app because I have the app on my phone. I logged in and I changed our address already.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Oh, okay.
Along with lots of other stuff. I live with my mother-in-law. Trust me, I know what a dead zone is. She's been threatening to kill me for years. That is awesome.
Oh, yeah. It's the same here. Like we get on our property, we get hit and miss reception. Mike went away to Michigan. And so our internet before we got our ExploreNet back was OnStar in our vehicle. And it did okay. Near the end, they updated the satellite or our truck or something, and then it didn't work.
Yeah.
So, but at first, like it did pretty good. We'd always have to go out, turn on the truck, but that's what we used for a while. So before we actually got our ExploreNet back, our Mike went away to Michigan, and so I didn't have a vehicle. I found one spot on our property that we had a little bit of reception, so I parked a chair there. And anytime I needed to make a phone call, I would use that. And but my messages could send, but they didn't send right away. So it was almost like maybe when something was passing by, it picked it up and then sent it out. But sometimes it would send off in like 2 minutes, and sometimes it would send off in an hour. So, but we've had our internet back now for what, 2 weeks? Maybe, yeah, about 2 weeks, maybe 3. And no, it's 2 weeks. Anyways, yeah, it's nice. I'm just starting to get into the swing of things. I can do videos again. Mm-hmm. I was doing them at the library, and that actually, I still go there I still will go there from time to time if I have a batch of videos, especially because it's much faster. Much faster.
It's much more gooder.
Yeah, but I told everybody, I'm like, this is my job. I'm going to do the YouTube, and I'm going to treat it like that in one of the videos, and then nothing. And you went away to Michigan, so I had no way to go there, nothing. And so then I find when I get off a schedule that I've created for myself, I find it hard to get back on. And so now that's what the push was for this live. Mm-hmm. I'm getting back on. No, I'm doing it. No more.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been a good help or, I haven't been pushing her either. I've just been focusing on, getting the land cleared, getting the permits pushed through, getting everything done. There was so many things, and we've been trying to videotape everything. Why? What's up?
I just read my cousin what she said. She said, "Yeah, yes, please do, please do." Now I'm wondering. So yeah, message me and let me know, please.
Xavier, I just imagine Mrs. Mike coming out on the property to say, "Can you hear me now? Can you hear me
Literally,
now?"
I did.
You did.
I did.
Yes. So it's been interesting. Interesting.
But we have a lot of stuff that's going on this week, so that's good.
This should be a big week.
Yes, it is a big week. It's an exciting week too. Mike got his new toy.
Yes, I did.
So we're gonna do up a video about that. And I actually used it. We're not gonna say what it is. I actually used it, and if I used it some more, I did pretty good.
You did really good.
I'm gonna pat my.
Did you like it?
I did.
You did?
I did.
Did you have the funds?
I did, and I wanted to try the other part that you told me you didn't want me to try yet until you figured it out.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So we got his new toy. We got our civic address. So did I say that already?
I don't think so.
Even know. We got our civic address, which took.
Oh, that was a fun moment.
Oh.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I want to hear you say it.
All right.
It's not really that big of a deal.
We got our civic address, which was big. But I put in a mailbox, and we've had, for the last few years, we've been using a community mailbox at the end of the road. So we had to go all the way up to the road, all the way down to the end of the road.
2 kilometers.
So it was a bit of a hike. Mm-hmm. But now we finally have a mailbox at the beginning of our driveway.
And it's not even that it was the past 2 years. Because what happened, to be fair, before we moved up here, Mike went to the post office near our town, closest to our town, and he asked them, how do I get mail at my new address? Because I want to switch it from my old address. This was 2 and a bit years ago. So they said, okay, we'll give you a community box. When we got here and we got to talking with people that were from here, they're like, oh no, your mailbox is at the end of your road, so you can get your mail delivered there. And when we went back to the post office, apparently once you're in the community box, you are locked in and they will do nothing to get you a mailbox. So when we moved here, and we got the township to give us our new address, we were able to request that our mail get delivered to a mailbox at the end of our drive. But it wasn't even, that was exciting because now we don't have to go to the community box, but it wasn't even that. For some reason, I've always wanted to walk down to the end of my driveway and get my mail. I love those mailboxes at the end of someone's driveway. I like them, and I've always wanted one. So the post lady, we happened to be at the top of the driveway, and and the post lady came by, and she knew I was excited for it. So instead of just passing me the mail, she kind of opened the mailbox with a grin, put the mail inside, gave me a smile, and let me walk to it and get it. So that's my little. It's the little things that make my happy.
It's the best.
Yeah.
The best.
I went up and got mail, and I was like clicking my heels as best as I could with my bad hip. But
Klingon Princess says she's glad we're back.
Oh, thank you. We are
Prepper
too.
101. We were camping last weekend. No cell service instead of single bars. The phone said, "Good luck. I hope you don't need to make a phone call."
Right.
So Prepper 101 asked what temperature our trailer is rated for. Below 32 degrees.
No.
Well, it has been insulated a little better than normal, but we have a plan for that. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a barn. We're going to stuff this thing in a barn and then insulate the barn and heat the barn with wood. And I got a good buddy of mine. He had this old wood stove in a cabin that he had bought, and they redid it, put new seals in it and everything else for the time and got it working, right? So they used that for the last couple of years. He has a brand new wood stove.
Yes.
So guess what he's doing with his old one?
I have no clue, Mike. What is he doing?
Whatever would he do? So, as a good buddy would, he offered it up. And so we're going to grab that up from him and bring it over and put it in the barn, and we'll heat the barn with it. And I already know it works super well. They did a great job. Actually, it was Jim.
What?
That did the job on the, he rebuilt it and refinished it and everything else.
Maybe we'll have to bring him over, yeah.
I'm like super impressed.
All right.
This guy acts like he's just, happy-go-lucky, guy, and he's got some skills, man. So
that's pretty awesome.
Oh, Comrade, Radio Prepper. So I was on North Shore.
Yeah.
He said that's the guy to go to if you want any information on comms. And I've been talking to my dad and talking to a few other people around here, and I think that's the thing I want to do next is
CB.
No,
not
ham.
Ham.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'll get into my ham radio license and stuff like that.
That'd be super cool.
I think so.
I think you and your dad would have a really good time of that. His dad's pretty good at, he's really good at it, but he's got a station and everything, doesn't he?
Yeah, he even created his own special bipole antenna.
Oh, cool.
Yep, because he was a master electrician and he was into ham radio and a few other things, and so he combined all his knowledge on both subjects, and apparently it's really, really good.
Tabitha was asking how my hip is and how my shoulder is. My hip is I'm not sleeping much. And when I do, I wake up in pain. I actually started sleeping on the couch. I don't know if it's our bed or if it's the angle. I don't know. But, I mean, I can still do things. I can still walk around. It's just constantly there. And I'll let you talk about your shoulder.
Yeah, shoulder and stuff.
And things. Well, you actually just said the other day that your shoulder is better than before surgery, but you still have to be careful.
Yes and no. So it's better than before surgery in the fact that before surgery, it would feel fine. Now, if you just truck it along, and next thing I know, it would just hitch and give out, and then shooting pain through your body like you were having an aneurysm.
Yeah.
And so you'd freak out. It would hurt like hell. And then after a few seconds or a minute or an hour, I don't know, it would kind of go away, and then you'd be back to normal and you could keep going. Now it's a steady pain. So I have about 80% of my strength back, and I just keep trucking because when work ain't getting done, it's on its own. So I will push as far as I can and try not to wreck it, and that's all I've been doing. So.
Someone said, "Get kitties to stay warm."
And kitties,
Yes,
she has.
And kitties I have. These are George's babies. This one is Abby. We just named her. And this one we were going to name Cooper for no particular reason. But then we were looking. I actually saw a picture. I don't know if I'm going to be up here. You hold her.
Okay, come here.
So we saw a picture online of, because these cats have these like black stripes on their head, same like Mama. And I guess one of them had a Star Wars. I don't know if it was Darth Vader. It looked like it was Darth Vader. But he has a clear, I don't know if you can see it, probably not. He has an M in the back of his head.
I totally saw it.
Yeah, so he has an M in the back of his head. So we're trying to think of an M name. And Cooper just wasn't, like, I'd always be like, what'd we name him again? Cooper. So it just wasn't sticking. So we got to think of a really cool M name. But this one, I think we're pretty stuck on Abby. Yeah, she looks just like her mama. So we'll have 3 kitties.
All Things Acres came over from North Shore.
Well, hello.
Thank you. That's awesome.
Yes,
buddy heater hookup. That's the best, isn't it?
Yes.
She's just chilling though.
All Things Acres said new sub as well, so thank you. I'll have to check you guys out too. It's kind of like watching Tiger King.
Out of the weird piercings.
Oh my. I was court ordered to be here. This one's a suck. The other one, he's going to be a good hunter.
She's already fallen asleep, staring up at me.
Everybody loves her. She's like her mama was. So.
Ooh, talk about your mug. Avalanche was asking about your mug.
What? I like your mug, homemade. Yes. Well, Mike for my birthday got these 2. Well, actually, I don't know where the other one of this one is, unless it's in the cupboard.
It's in the cupboard.
So Mike's from Michigan, and I used to live there with him, and I miss it every day. And so for my birthday last year, he got me, and I love pottery, so he got a potter from Michigan to make one of these mugs. So it's super cool. I love it. There's the Michigan mitt, and then I got these ones, or I got 2 of these ones done as well, or he did. So I've been using them ever since, and I love them. Proper Royal one said, yes, my mug is the one my mama gave me. North Shore sent me over from, I can't read, KOMRD, Radio Pepper.
Yeah, comrade.
I knew that too. Okay, it's been a long day. I'm tired.
It has been a long day. We've worked so hard today. And
Comrade's up to us too.
It's one more move for the trailer.
Yeah, hopefully that's it.
Yeah.
This is the 3rd move we've made.
It's been hard because you have to clear the land and get it as level as you can. And I've been working so hard cutting trees down, but I have to do it all by hand up until just recently. And then I've had friends come over with tractors and whatnot to help me move some stuff. But I have a massive pile of brush I got to get through too. So it's been kind of crazy.
Yeah, but we actually just saw a video of when we first moved up here. One of our videos when we first came. I don't even think we were living on the property yet. And yeah, we weren't. And you looked at the land, and the driveway wasn't even put in or anything. And it was crazy. It's crazy when you look at it that way, how much has been done.
Is that the one where I moved the tree and said it was the door?
Yes. Yeah. So, hey, this little guy, he's clawing at me. He's a feet dude. Hey, buddy. He doesn't like to be held, but he loves feet. He loves to play. So, yeah. He's pretty cute. I had a hard time. So she had 3 kittens, and I didn't want to have the mama and then 3 cats. So we found a home pretty much right away for one of the girls, and then we decided we were going to keep her. And then this guy started growing on me. You did, but you did. And he started growing on me, and I found it super hard to post him. And I wanted to find a really good home for him. And so many people wanted him because he's beautiful, but they all had cats or older animals or something. There was a reason that they couldn't take him. So you didn't need to twist my rubber arm. I fell in love with him, and so he's gonna stay.
Abby's already asleep.
She is too. She is a snugger. She's like so dainty. Whereas he's rough. He's gonna be a really good hunter. Okay, so where are we? I definitely need to get my eyes checked because a lot of these chats are blurs and I have to like squint. Northshore says I'm back, gonna hang out and enjoy the live stream. Well, thank you, thank you for
Welcome
sending
back,
people
Sean.
over again. Klingon says it's so fun when my chat friends find a new channel I watch. P101 and Comrade are good people as are me and you. Thank you. I'm looking forward to getting to know you guys. And now we're back. Now we're making our videos and we're back.
Now, Prepper 101 put something in there, and I really think that was actually the plot to Joe Dirt.
He just made it. Well, he just commented. I don't want to say. Yeah, he just commented. Or they commented. My mom wanted a good home for me too, so she left me at the Grand Canyon when I was 5.
Which is what happened to Joe Dirt.
Okay.
In the movie.
Okay, see, I don't watch. I did see that movie, but Bonfire Time.
Oh.
Reach reading. I have reach reading glasses age.
Yes. Yeah. So I had one of the best nights the other night.
They're gonna pull the wool over my eyes so many times. Just saying, you can. I'm very gullible.
We had both our daughters up. So 2 out of 4 kids came up. Mm-hmm. Both our daughters had their boyfriends with them, and we had our grandson up.
Yeah.
And we had a little campfire out there and roasted marshmallows and had s'mores, and it was just a great night. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't even have a house up yet. I don't have my pole barn up yet.
It was beautiful.
It was perfect.
The only thing missing was the view of the stars. So the moon was so bright that you could only see like some stars, but we're right under the Milky Way, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Prepper 101. All business in the front, all party in the back.
Sheila says, I'm new and I want to know where you, and I want to, oh my gosh.
Where you guys are.
Where you, yeah, you can read from back there?
Yeah, it's
I don't want to hear no excuses anymore. We're in Ontario. We are Eastern Ontario. I'm just trying to think. We're just outside the Ottawa Valley.
Yeah, we're about 3 hours from anywhere big.
Huh. No.
2 hours?
2. Yeah, because we're an hour and 45 from Kingston. Toronto, we're about 3.5 hours.
Depending on traffic. Could be 3 days.
Yeah, it could be 3 days.
Yeah, could be.
Mm-hmm. Oh. I've reached the age where my reading glasses need reading. Yeah. Last time I had my eyes checked, I think I need new prescriptions for my glasses. And you know what? I might even have to go get them on, but they're crooked. I left them on the ground and I think I stepped on them or something. And so they're all crooked. But last time I went in for my eye check, they told me I needed bifocals, and I'm like, I am not ready for that yet. I'm not doing it. I refused. So I got the ones where I could read.
You want to know something messed up?
Look far away. Sorry.
I was working at the plant doing the fine finish work.
Yeah.
And we had to wear safety glasses. So every day I'd have to have like a pair of safety glasses or whatever because mine would get messed up.
Right. I'm gonna get my glasses.
I ended up picking up a pair of safety glasses that had bifocals on it. And at first it was messing with my eyes because I could see through both. But then I kind of started getting used to it, and it was handy too because it was like I'd grab something and I couldn't read it. I'd have to tilt my head back, look. Ah, okay. I was officially the old fart at the plant. It was messed up. I was also the guy that would quote old movies, and they had no idea what I was talking about.
Come here, you. I don't know how crooked these are going to be. Well, they're not too bad. Like if I didn't set them on my face, it'd be...
Sir did his military trades training in Kingston.
Oh, nice.
I did mine in Augusta, Georgia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And where did you serve?
I served, well, first and only tour duty was over in Japan.
And that's where Autumn was born.
Yes.
I'm not her birth mama, I'm her bonus mama. So Autumn, the baby of our fam jam, was born in Okinawa.
I can't see with bifolds, just using the drugstore glasses. We had those at the paint store, and those are coming so handy.
Smudgy now. I can't wear them because I have astigmatism in each eye. So.
And thanks for your service, brother.
Yes.
That's the one thing I fought for is your freedom to do whatever you want in this world. And I love it out here because I have the freedom to do whatever I want out here. I get lost in the bush.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, sort of. Where were we with comments? I can actually see some of them now. That's cool. It's good to have backup glasses. I know. At the time I got these, I couldn't afford 2 pairs. So these glasses are, I'm surprised I've had them this long. They're probably 4 years old. I'm going to say the last time I had my eyes checked was like 4 years ago. Maybe I should do that now. That wouldn't be for you. I think that's for North Shore. Was that probably. Fort Ord? Back when all I needed was my license to get out.
In and out of the countries.
Yeah.
Yeah, the good old days.
Mm-hmm. Comrade. Oh, that must be the chickens outside. Comrade said, it's moving. What was it? Central Iowa, by the way. Central Iowa. Is that for you?
No, I don't. Not at all. It was my pleasure to do so, as it was mine.
Yeah.
Let's see, Comrade. Central Iowa. Oh, that's where he's from.
Okay.
Sweet. Because my dad does ham radio, but he's out of Flint, Michigan.
Mm-hmm. What's our biggest challenge now? Seymour asked.
Our biggest challenge right now? Mm-hmm. Beating the snow.
Yeah, I think. Actually, I was talking with my friend today, and so she was asking me, are you stressed? And I said, you know what? This is the first time in my life that I'm enjoying all of this process. I'm not like, okay, we got to rush. I'm enjoying as much as I can, because I don't want to be stressed during it. And renovations and everything can be a stress all on their own, right? So, let alone building a house and living in a trailer and worrying about winter and making sure you have enough funds and all that stuff. So I'm just enjoying it. And the only stress, if there is one, would be to be ready for winter. Because I know the trusses for our pole barn, we didn't want to go ahead and order them until the permits were approved. And they're 6 weeks from the time you order them. And I've heard 2 stories. I've heard we're going to have a longer fall, and I've heard we're going to have snow in October. So
either way, I'm pushing for that's what I've spent most of my days doing. Mm-hmm. Like lately, instead of cutting trees down and cutting wood and dragging brush, I've been calling the township, getting my permits all squared away. Yeah. Calling all my people. So for septic, for well, for my buddy who's gonna help me build it. I got to make sure that everything's ordered. What's the next step? Should we order things now? We got lucky because now the price of lumber is all coming right back down. But from what I've been told, the price of the logs hasn't come back down. So now we got to make some phone calls for that. But either way, Next step is I got to dig the holes for the foundation.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So we're gonna put the piers in and the foundation, build the foundation up. We got to do all that stuff. So it's just like you constantly, what's the next step? What's the next step? What do I got to get done now?
Mm-hmm.
If I had started this in August and everything had just been swept right through, then I wouldn't be in such a rush, I guess. But it's the name of the game. It's how it's gonna go. So it's how it's gonna go.
Yep. I think the winter is the most important thing that we got to try to beat, right? You're doing more of the physical labor right now because the clearing and everything we agreed was going to be him and a friend or two. The building, once the foundation's laid, like that's where I'm going to start to try to kick in a little bit more. Like I take care of everything else. I'm the one that does all the errands, the gas runs, the diesel runs, like all that stuff, making sure people are fed except for today. Yeah.
But see that's
groceries,
a huge part.
Yeah.
As the teamwork goes, because that allows me to focus on doing more actual labor here and getting this done and getting that done. Yeah. So I don't have to worry so much about all this other stuff.
Yeah. And Klingon says, "Where's all your homesteading buddies? Are we just so chatty that we've taken over?" We haven't really been active on YouTube the last little bit, so I'm hoping that'll change in the next little bit. And as we do more live Mondays, and they start realizing we're doing lives again, they'll come around. But we've had a great turnout. I didn't expect as many people, so thank you for everybody coming out.
Absolutely,
right?
Because we've been gone so long, and I know we kind of fell through. So, nobody really kind of might even see that we're live tonight, so they won't even know to look.
Right, and I was supposed to post it earlier, and then I found out because we were moving the trailer today, you had took the internet cable out. And so when I went down to sit down and was like, okay, this is my time, I'm going to schedule it. When I did that, he disconnected the internet. So then I forgot with my brain, right? So I know there was another comment. Billy Lee, hello. It's been a while. It's good to see you. You can go ahead with the comments because this is some military stuff.
All right,
so.
Let's see here. CF.
Yeah, you need glasses.
CFS. CE.
You want your glasses?
School of Communications and Electronics. Trained at high SETCOM stuff.
Excuse me.
Can't say much more than that. Yeah, I did satellite communications through the American military. North Shore. Yep. Okay. Some was in USA.
Army strong. Woohoo!
Communications research was my trade.
Didn't you do something like that?
I did satellite communications operation and maintenance was my primary MOS, but I had integrated digital network exchange systems. I had so many other things. So many other things. I never liked to sit still, so
I know he's got a book with all these certificates of things that he did. It's pretty cool.
Like the MBC NCO for the battalion. So I was a nuclear, biological, chemical warfare training officer for over 600 people.
That's over my head.
But I'd also teach, I could also teach new recruits on how to fire their rifle. Simple little things. And they had, I think back then, they actually had this Super Nintendo, the SNES, had this training simulator on it. It was kind of neat. They just put a blank adapter on the end of your M16 and they'd hook it all in with laser sightings, and it was pretty neat.
I'm going to start doing, saying, plant terminology to you, and then you'd understand how I feel right now. Like, what?
I get it. No, I totally get it. When you and Rose sit there and talk about plants and stuff, or you and Bam,
anybody ate plants, he's like, what?
Yeah, I love it because my neighbors can go out and their kids can too and identify trees and different species of plants and tell you what their uses are and all this craziness. And I'm like, that is incredible. That is absolutely incredible.
That's what I want. I want to get
the
more.
The whole trailer was shaking when you ran.
That didn't sound very nice.
No, it's not lovely.
No, I know.
That's not what I meant.
No, I know what you meant, but to anybody that doesn't know what you mean.
So my experience with identifying plants Like I can see that's a coniferous tree.
My goal.
That's a deciduous tree.
My goal is to learn more about trees
That's a
and wild
green plant.
edibles. Yeah, I know. I want to learn more about wild edibles because I can do like anything that you can grow. I can pretty much identify like stuff that you would typically grow in the garden, and then some. And I started learning different weeds, or what people consider weeds. And so I really, really want to learn more about wild edibles, how to use them, medicinal plants. That's, I think, where my heart is medicinal plants. I know little compared to what I could know, but I do want to become very knowledgeable with that. So, yeah. Oh, the kitty's there. Oh, Bomber Steve. Hey, guy, or hey. I was going to say, hey, guys. Hey. It has been a time. How are you over there? Seymour says, what's your favorite celebration drink? If I drink, which is very rare, I do enjoy two, and they're completely opposite of one another. A strawberry daiquiri or a Caesar, which is also known in the States as a Bloody Mary. It's similar.
But it's different. Bloody Marys are different.
Are they?
Everybody says the Caesars are better. And
yes.
I would agree.
Yeah. So Caesars are, which I never saw happening, but they're one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm. Personally, one of my favorites, depends on the time of year. Like during the summertime, there's this one, it's like a pink grapefruit like beer, you know, like you have apple cider beer. Mm-hmm. It's like a pink grapefruit one, and it's delicious, but it's good for a hot.
What's it called again?
I can't remember.
Oh.
I'm gonna have to
it's on the tip of my tongue. Summer bees.
That's the apple cider one.
That's the apple.
Yep. And then through the winter, I like to make apple pie. Yes. But my favorite has always been my peach cobbler that I made.
Yes. Yes. Very good.
And that is a drink. It isn't a pie.
Yes.
All of them mushrooms are amazing. It was just a clue. Avalanche said, but I bought some. No sure. Steve, I have my first worm farm almost set up. Nice. I wonder, are you going to use the worm castings and the worm juice or whatever for your plants? Is that the idea?
That was like gardening terminology.
I take the pension a little bit.
High five. You even said worm castings.
All right.
What?
Yes.
Wow. I'm in love with you all over again.
Woo, yeah.
Katina, hello.
Oh, wow. Everybody's showing up.
Yes.
Norser says, Caesar is lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Tina, happy to catch you live.
Yes.
Avalanche, bummer, you'll have awesome soil. Awesome soil. Okay. Yeah. Instead of worms.
Speaking of soil, we, at our last property, which was literally around the corner, we just sold 3 acres of our land and the cabin.
Bettina said Rattler. That was the one.
What?
That was the grapefruit drink thing.
Oh, was it?
It's a Rattler.
Okay. We were on a rock before, so we had no soil. We have successfully dug at least, actually in one spot, we dug down that one hole behind the trailer is probably like 6 feet.
Yep.
And the other holes that we've dug, they're all 4 feet because we're doing a pole barn. And so the pole or posts have to be at least 4 feet down. And so we have at least in some spots 4 feet and 6 feet of soil. And that makes me so happy because we are everywhere is just Canada around here. It's just rock. Yep. And so we have soil on this land, which made me very happy.
I was actually even thinking the other day that we could dig down deep and then put in a sea container. If I could figure out how to do it right, it might take me a little bit of YouTubing. But then I can make an underground bunker.
That'd be cool. If that ever happens, that would be like way down down the line. We have a house and a pole barn and
a greenhouse and
Yeah.
a garden.
and everything else to.
I know. I'm
Try and
aware of
build.
the order of operations. A whiskey sour bomber, Steve said. Those are really good, actually.
I've never tried that.
Well, then try one next time.
If it's sour, I won't probably like it.
North Shore said, I had one of those grapefruit beers at one time. It was very nice. They are nice. It's like I said, hot summer day. It's a great drink. I used to like mojitos. Mojitos are really good too.
No, not for me. I think I tried it once. It was okay, but I'm not a big drinker, like, at all. And if I do drink, I have one. But
I like a drink.
I know you like some. Comrade says, love that YouTube. It allows them to meet new people. Yes.
Yes.
Hidden blessings. Hello, hello.
Hey!
What was that?
They showed it up. I figured after today and I'm working so hard and their stuff, they'd be like, calm down.
I'm surprised. Well, I don't really want to put that out there, but I'm surprised they're still talking to us.
Well, you know, they know me by now, so it's kind of like, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. We'll just leave that at that. I'm glad to see you here. So Klingon says, Google says the difference between a Caesar and a Bloody Mary is the Clamato versus tomato juice. I did not know that. Whoopsie. Yep, worm castings and wormweed, awesome for the garden. Bomber Steve said, yes.
Nice.
That was that Klingon. Hidden Blessings says, nice to see you guys back. Been listening while I edit, so I haven't been commenting, but I'm here to share the love. Well, thank you so much. And I can't wait to see some of the videos that you're editing.
Yes.
Bettina North Shore says, those sunchokes are monsters. I must have missed something. Cultivate mushrooms.
Wow, that went fast.
I know. Well, yeah, maybe. Sorry, the comments are, we might be behind a bit.
Think so?
Nope, because one just came up.
Okay.
Bettina says she's been so busy and they've listed their mom's place. Aw. I know you've been really busy, but that must be hard. Rebecca of Pollywog Flat says, checking out your ramp infused bread video that I did for Needy Homesteader. I'm from Michigan too. Whereabouts in Michigan are you from? And thank you for watching. She's an awesome channel.
Pollywog Flats?
Do you know that?
No, but that's the coolest name. I love it.
Michigan is something I miss all the time. All the time.
You know what a pollywog is?
I do, because my sister who lives in Florida, it's a bug, isn't it?
I thought it was a tadpole.
No, I'm thinking of roly-polies. Never mind.
Yes.
My sister told me to ask you. My sister lives in Florida, and she just became, because she's from Canada, and she married an American as well, and she became a U.S. citizen today. So, woohoo! I love her. I won't say anything bad. I love her, and I miss her terribly. But I was gonna joke and say you guys can have her, but I miss her very, very much. So, I hope I get to see her in November. She might be coming up.
If you want to see want a good laugh, check out the Bomber Steve Hits the Deck video at Sweeney's Creek's Green Lines Are Dangerous.
I'll have to go check that out.
Tina, I love a Caesar or a Bloody Mary, tequila, beer, red wine, etc., but I really don't drink often. That's the thing, is I find that I never really have time to just sit and drink, and if I do, sometimes I don't really want to. So it's more of a social thing, you know. If I have enough people up and the mood's right, then totally. Yeah. But I got this one stuff. I found it on a trip to Florida. So it's salted caramel whiskey, and I mixed it with some tea. So good. So good.
I didn't know you did that.
Yeah, you can mix a 50-50 mix on the thing, and it's dangerous.
Oh, some iced tea.
Yes.
Okay.
But it was good.
Mhm.
Or you can just take shots.
Where
Avalanche. I wonder if they'd sell you mycelium to grow your own for mushrooms.
Mhm.
I know that. I have Egyptian walking onions. I'm
Yes.
afraid. What's an Egyptian walking onion?
They're onions that kind of look like they're walking in the garden. So when they grow, they topple over, and then Pam actually has some in her front bed. They're really cool. They're almost they almost look
crazy.
like So I am very tired and I can't think right now. I know what they are. They are onions.
They're onions. Fair enough.
Oh my gosh, I know what they are. I just can't explain it. I'm from the Upper Peninsula.
I've got family up there.
Yeah. When we lived in Michigan, Mike was born in Flint, Michigan. And when we met, he lived in Midland, Michigan. And that's where we lived together for a few years. And that I miss it all the time. All the time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
If we did move back, I think we would have to move to the Upper Peninsula. Just to try to replicate this.
Well, I don't think we can replicate what we got here.
No.
The land, but not the awesomeness that we have that surrounds us.
You can't replicate this awesome.
No. You can have good neighbors. You can have good folks. You can have, the tight-knit, if something's wrong, people will be there. But there's just something special about our nook and our area.
Yeah.
And so...
Us.
No.
I like it. I'm sorry. Bettina says, Mike, they have little bulbs on the top, baby
Bettina.
Onions, instead of seeds.
Mm-hmm. And then they get heavy and they topple over and then they go in the soil.
Really? You learn something new every day?
Yep.
I love it.
Yes. Klingon says, I love Bombay Sapphire and tonics. 2 years sober, my liver didn't like them as much. Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I got a kitten.
Bombay Sapphire? I've never heard of
sleeping down here, and she kept trying to slide off my lap, and I'm like, don't do that. Okay. Drops Family Garden. Howdy again.
Oh, that's right. Hidden Blessings has Egyptian walking onions for me for when they're there now if I wanted them, but I do want
For
them.
your greenhouse?
But you don't have to put them in a greenhouse. You can put them outside in ours. So next year we will have some Egyptian walking onions.
Interesting. You know what? I'm kind of excited for your garden and your greenhouse. Like, not just because I like to build it. I can't wait to get in there, and I'm really interested in trying to make all these MacGyver-y things in there, like little levers that will open, like and help with airflow and stuff.
I'm interested to see how much more I can grow in a greenhouse because I know with our area we're zone 3, I think, Pam. Are we zone 3? If not, we're zone 4. But our nights are pretty chilly. We have a lot of like when we lived in the cabin, basically we had the fire going. There was only maybe last year 1 week where it was so humid that we couldn't have a fire. And then this year there was, I think, a few days where there was no way. But we had a fire because that was how we heated our water. And so we had a fire almost every day last year. And so...
Well, yeah. And, I mean, it was mainly due to, in the middle of summer, we would have a smoldering fire, just a low one, but so we could have some hot water.
Yeah.
With the new cabin, I'm hoping to do a propane and wood stove mix.
Yeah.
So that during the summer we don't have to cook with the wood stove at all.
Yeah, but I guess my whole point to that was that our nights are cool enough where it didn't cook us out.
Right.
And so to grow things like tomatoes and peppers, you can. I grew some in pots this year, But to see the difference between my plants and Hidden Blessings plants, she has an amazing greenhouse. You guys got to check out her videos, and the production that she gets is amazing. So go, if you haven't subscribed to their channel already, go check them out.
Zone 4, but I say Zone 3B to be safe.
Yeah. Oh, Thorhaven is in the house.
Hey! Finally got some free time again. Hope you guys are doing amazing. We're doing tired.
Yes.
We do tired very well these days.
Not sleeping very well for whatever reason. Not sleeping very well and working hard, but
Yes.
Enjoying the moments and
Absolutely.
enjoying the process. I promised myself I was going to do that.
Yep.
Because I find, like, when, especially a lot of stuff, what I've really learned in my 40s is that you look back and you see everything in hindsight. And so I'm trying to think more about how I want to see things instead of wishing I could have done something different. I mean, I have no regrets because it's all led me to here. But I wish that I could have had the mindset that I have now younger to appreciate more. And what I've learned in hindsight is, how do I, like,
enjoy the moment?
Enjoy the moment and go through it instead of always like, oh, I need to do this. I need to do this. In order for me to get here, I need to do this. And then you're constantly always going, which we are doing, but now we're enjoying it more. Well, at least I am enjoying the process more instead of just trying to get done.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah, because what's the point of doing all this work if you don't enjoy the the fruits of your labors?
And there's going to be tough days. There has already been tough days, but we still enjoy it. Like when we were dormant for, I'd say, a few, like 4 weeks maybe, and nothing was happening. We started to get a little worried, but then we just said, nope, we're not going to do that, and we just did stuff that we could do, which wasn't much still, but but we did stuff that we could do around here. And so we just learned to enjoy those slow days because we're going to be busy hustling here very, very soon.
And it picks up fast.
Yeah. It's like, learn to enjoy that slow time because you know what's coming.
Yeah.
Right. So my eyes cannot read that.
One thing I will have to say, I'm excited that we have soil because I'm going to need to put the fence around the garden.
And we can put
keep the chickens and the goats out of your garden.
I know when we lived at the other place, we loved it there, but there was certain things that we wish we could have had, soil being one of them, and to even put like posts in for goats. It was just, we're like, all right, that's it. You guys can free range.
Yeah, you'd pound in a tea steak in one, and it would drop like 4 feet almost. It's like, wow, that's a lot of dirt. And then
this is a good spot.
2 spots over, or 2 feet over, you do another one, and it just be like 6 inches of soil and nothing but Canada.
Yeah.
And so you just wreck your arm because you just give her wham, wham, ding, ouch.
Right.
And yes, I'm always good for some sleeping potions. Raven wants me to bring you some maple syrup sleeping potion.
Actually, I was just watching. I still have the tab up because I was making a comment on your last video. I want, if you can put your website in here, and maybe other people can look at it too. But his Bridget, the other half of Thorhaven, makes clothing and scarves, and it's beautiful, beautiful work. And I want to look at them and see if I can maybe get one. So yes.
All right, comrade. Thanks for dropping in. I will definitely be checking in with you, especially after the cabin's up, so that we can get the comms things worked out. Yeah. I'm excited.
The fun to type. Want me to? Yeah. Okay, I can kind of read, but
gotta go, gonna shower, then rack out for the night. 5:45 a.m. comes really early. Much love and respect for all. Yes. Bettina said, "Forget about stress, just relax."
Yes. Yep.
Bettina then, Drops Family Garden said that. Bettina said, "Thanks, Drops." Sheila B, do you guys follow You Can't Eat the Grass?
No, I haven't heard them, but I will write. Oh, you can move the pencils.
Yeah, it's only so big.
I know.
You Can't Eat the Grass. Interesting. Thorhaven says, "Hey, I can bring a few of the triangle scarves with me."
That would be cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes.
Comrade,
And-
stay well, brother.
Yes. And then Bettina says, "You're correct, Angie. Her work is beautiful. It is.
It is.
It is.
Their channel is amazing. If you guys haven't checked out, and I'm sure everybody here probably has, Thorhaven has
Another great
amazing
channel.
stuff going on all the time. Great homesteading channel. She does a lot of different, she had, I can't even think of it.
Are you
My brain just like zapped out. Yes, so she has a loom and a bunch of different things that I thought were really cool. He's had his own cows that he's had up and butchered and stuff. It's been amazing watching the stuff that they're doing.
Yep.
And actually, we hope to get into some of it, eventually.
Yeah, for the next little bit, it's got to be
House.
setting up the homestead. And that was another tricky part that we had to go through. Placement of everything. So our location of the pole barn has changed a bit, and same with the cabin. And so now we're trying to figure out the best placement for, now that we have those two, we have the septic and the well pretty much figured out where we want to put it. But now we're trying to figure out where to put the animals, because we didn't realize how much of a slope we're on. We're on a downward slope, which we are going to work with and figure out how to do trenches and things like that for water when the snow melts. What was my point to that?
I don't know. I got lost. Somebody asked what our priorities were for the winter. Seymour did. And I would say that
The cabin, inside, interior.
So
I don't remember my whole point.
I don't know.
Oh, the placement of stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the placement's been hard.
Yeah, the placement. Like, I keep going back and forth because it's like, okay, we have one chance to do the main things properly. You can always move, like where you put the chickens and stuff like that. But the main things I wanted to get right. So I've taken time. I've looked at permaculture setups. And so we're going to face the house in such a way where, like the greenhouse will get mainly south, but I'll have a south west kind of angle. And so just the setup of the cabin is what we've kind of focused on while we're sitting in being dormant. But over the winter, so our plan is to build a pole barn, live in it, get the shell for the cabin up before major winter hits, and then during the winter doing all the interior. So that's the goal for this winter, and then hopefully that gets done by January, February, maybe even a little bit later, and then we work on the greenhouse and getting it all set up and everything, and then starting gardening.
My actual goal is if we can get both the barn and the house built by December.
Complete? I don't think it'll be done by December.
But I think it will. The shell
will
be up,
yeah.
Yep. And
the shell should be up by then.
Then it becomes how far can we stretch the money? Mm-hmm. That's going to be the game we're going to have to play, because you either wait for the good deals and look for the good deals.
That's my job.
You either spend the time to save the money, or you spend the money to save the time.
And we're so lucky too that wood has gone down in price. I was just reading an article back on June 1st. A 2x4 was, what did I say, $13 or $14, and now at this particular store back from where we were in Durham region, it was $3.65, and I'm like, yes, thank God. Okay, so where we are with the comments, you need to check them out. She is a big plant lover. Okay, I will definitely check her out.
And yes, Thorhaven has maple syrup. They have pigs. She weaves. I kept thinking she knits, and I'm like, that's not right.
No.
So
actually,
my brain got stuck.
Thor, does she have any tea towels left? That is definitely something that I would like to purchase.
And Thorhaven said the planning is the hardest part. You guys are lucky that you know the land. You know what? I kind of got that from your uncle.
What?
Ivano.
What?
Because he said that every place that he went to buy, he went out and he walked the land and got to know the land first.
And we didn't when we bought the cabin. No, we came
up with...
No, there was snow on the ground when the cabin was put up for sale. And and we didn't know the land at all. And then we moved up here and there was still snow. And then when it melted away, we're like, okay, we didn't know we were on rock. And that was our mistake. If you're purchasing land, definitely know the land if you can. But also I look at it like if we didn't take that leap, we wouldn't be here. So
It's true.
and so we know this land a little bit better. And yes, there's a slope, but we know how we're going to divert all of the water. Is it watershed?
Yep.
I
have plans for everything, and even though plans will always change with me, because I'll have one plan in place, and before I execute it, like I talk it over with several different people, because I find the best way for me to approach things is I'll be like, look, this is what I plan on doing for this, and then people will shoot their ideas at me, and I'm like, hey, that makes more sense. Why don't we do that? That would work, and then you could incorporate this, and it's just been great.
Yeah.
Michigan State University has a program that sends someone out to our homestead or farm that helps with placement of all these things you're talking about. Holy smokes.
That's cool. I'll have to look into that. I don't know if they do, but
are you pouring a foundation or doing a stick house? We are pouring a foundation, and then we are building a log house on top of it.
Yeah.
And
what's it called? A slab on grade?
Slab on grade.
Yes.
And because it needs insulation as well, because it is a slab for the house, we're going to do ICF forms. Essentially, it's like styrofoam Lego blocks that you pour cement into. That'll add extra insulation, and it didn't turn out to be much more than doing it a different way. So that's the way we're going to go with that. Now, one thing I have been talking about is we've been talking about in-floor heating. And I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to heat the floor, because what I think would be the best is if it had a separate system to heat the floor, but I don't know what to do that with.
Yeah. Because what we had last in the other cabin was we had a section of the house that I guess they put it in a small part. Not radiant?
Yeah, so there was in-floor radiant heat. Okay. But what it was is the water heater upstairs because you could overboil it. Now, not that we really could with this wood stove in that house. It was too small. But if you overboiled the water, what you could do is divert it into another line, and it would go down and cycle through the floor with this little 12-volt pump, and it would cycle all of your hot water, heating the floor and cooling your water. And it worked really well. However, it would cool the water down really well in the holding tank upstairs. So you ended up with just lukewarm water.
Yeah, that's the problem we had with it. So we want to look in to see what else we can do for the flooring. And then I also want to look and see if there's a way to use, I know there is a way to use the greenhouse that's going to be attached to the house for helping to heat the house. So maybe we can still do the radiant floor heating with the wood stove, and between the greenhouse and the wood stove, you can heat your home. So I'm going to be doing a lot of research about that very, very soon, because I do want to use the greenhouse to the best, the most that we can.
Might even be able to pull off that Earthship idea where they
I started watching some videos about that, and they can grow all year round. And that's what I really would like to try and set up is growing all year round. I just don't know how expensive it is, but I also see a lot of people using like tires and recycled items and things like that. And so that's what I want to try. I want my greenhouse to look nice, but I want it to be inexpensive if I can. And so
National preparedness, how many provinces in California? That question, New York Times crossword today.
Canada, I don't know.
In Canada.
In California.
Lumber is back to a normal in Spokane. Yeah, and I've heard lumber has dropped back to normal here, but from what I've heard, and I got to check with a couple other sources, though the building lumber has dropped back to normal, logs haven't. So I've got to check and see if it's just this one place and they haven't haven't corrected yet.
Yeah.
Are there a lot of regulations there for septic and water?
Water,
There
they
are
have to
some
be at least,
regulations.
like, those two together have to be at least 100 feet apart.
Yeah, there are some regulations, and I mean, I haven't seen anything that's been totally crazy. Like, they're simple things: keep them separate so that you don't contaminate your water. There's water testing that you can do for well water and stuff like that, but I haven't really seen anything that's been crazy.
Provinces. It was provinces in Canada. I thought North Shore was writing that, but it was directed to North Shore.
Let's see. I think about their channel every time I spend 5 hours more in my yard.
I'll have to go check them out. Thorhaven said, yep, can bring some tea towels as well. That's awesome. Oh, whoops.
Hurt my eyeballs.
I'm sorry. There we go. So my brother inherited our family's 4th generation maple syrup operation. Oh, nice. I was researching for grants to help us out with a few things in our area. Canada has had several grant programs. I will have to look into that. I never even thought of that. Bettina said ICF is good. Are you not building a crawl space?
No. What we were talking about it at first, but we'll have enough room upstairs. We're also putting in a canning room for Angie, so we'll have enough room for that.
Yeah, we're gonna do like a cold. My mom and dad used to call it a cantina, but we're gonna like cold cellar. We're gonna put underneath our stairs.
Yeah. So I didn't see, and we didn't think we had any soil here too. I thought we'd just dig down a few feet in Canada, so I didn't foresee, a basement or a crawl space.
Yeah, if there was more funds, we might do a crawl space or a basement, but I think the slab was the reason we went that route was more financially to make sure that everything else could happen. I would rather have a pole barn than a basement, so we put the money towards that instead.
We'll also have the ability in the future probably to dig out and build a cold cellar Vermont or something of that nature. Let's see, you may want to consider making your house slightly bigger. Many friends have looked back.
Yes, we are. Well, we're doubling the size of the cabin we had. Sorry, did I cut you?
Nope, that's exactly what I was going to say.
How many square feet is this place?
Well, the last place was like 350 square feet per floor. So
we're more than double.
700 square feet.
Yeah.
Now we're going to be at 750 square feet per. No. Yeah, 750 square feet per floor, and 2 floors.
So our main floor is going to have our bedroom because we looked at that. We're not getting younger, obviously. That's not how life works. We're getting older. And so, just to think about that, we put our bedroom on the main floor. And then so upstairs, actually, maybe I'll do a video about that because we actually have our physical blueprints now. We had our ideas sketched out and might put it in a program, but we got our actual blueprints back. And so I'll see if we can put that into a video. But our upstairs is going to have 2 spare bedrooms, a huge loft area, and possibly, but probably not right at first, a bathroom, 2-piece.
Oh, really?
Like a sink and a toilet for company and stuff, right? So maybe we'll just do an outhouse because we actually have friends that won't go to the bathroom in our house. They actually prefer the outhouse, and they come up all the time. So
I actually prefer that he goes into the outhouse as well, to be honest.
What? Say that again?
I said I prefer that he goes into the outhouse as well.
Yeah. Thorhaven said Bridget's sister just built a new place on the corner of ours and did in-floor heating. So nice to have. Yes, it was nice on those mornings when you woke up and that floor was still a little bit warm.
Yep.
That was nice because it got cooler. Obviously, we only heated with wood. So if you can build the greenhouse as part of the mudroom and entry or similar, that would be really effective. Yeah. Well, I guess we kind of could if we did a side entrance, but our front door is going to be facing northwest. Northwest.
we're gonna have the traditional like front porch on a log cabin, so it'll be nice that way. Rebecca from
No.
Pollywog said,
You
"What
missed one.
zone are you in?"
Oh,
3B.
3B is what we say to be safe, but on the map we're 4.
Yes.
Well, that's what I've learned from Hidden Blessings Homestead was that on the map we're 4, but our particular, so anywhere like 5-10 minutes from here, they have completely different weather than us. We're at a peak. We're pretty high up compared to the rest, like even 5 or 10 minutes from here. I think what were we? We were 1,400 feet above sea level.
Mm-hmm.
And then down towards the town, they were close to 1,000 or around 1,000, I think. So we're higher up and we get cooler weather, I find.
Katina said, "Slab on graded, but I recently heard someone talk about the benefits of a crawl space. So if you ever have issues with the water lines, plumbing, etc., you can work on it without breaking up the floor." I'll have to look into it a little bit more, but I think that the way it's going to be brought in is just the one line from the well pump, and then everything else will be inside, and I'll have the actual like water closet upstairs, so it should still be pretty easy to access, I think. You know, you can use a high temp PVC for geothermal setup and just pile a ton of compost on the north side of the greenhouse.
Oh, cool.
Get an inlet outlet fan and put a temperature control unit on the fan. It's an interesting idea.
So that's what I want to look into, because I've seen some setups like that, like especially with using the north side of the wall, because that's where the sun's going to that's where you want to insulate everything.
Yeah.
Because that's where like angle of the sun and all that. So I want to look into more of that. And I've just started my research. Like I've seen videos so I know some of the things that are out there, but now I really want to dive into the research, because I mean, I know spring isn't for quite a few months away, but it does come quick.
Yeah.
So I want to look up all the information I can now. And I've already got, I'm going to say 85% of my seeds for next year. You know, for whatever reason, just in case we can't get out, whatever the case, I've already got most of my seeds. So now I got to plan the garden, the greenhouse, what's going to go in the greenhouse, what's going to go in like outdoors, things like that. So I got to map all that out and figure out how big of a greenhouse we're going to build. I mean, I'd like bigger, but again, it all depends on funds. So
yeah. I mean, if I can just build it out of wood, then it makes it different.
Yeah.
But if we end up going with...
We could.
Yeah.
Like, it definitely could be built out of wood. My dream, and I was hoping for it, we may not be able to get it, but my dream would be a Victorian-style greenhouse.
Yeah. We don't, you know, it's not out of the woods yet.
No, it's not.
We'll see.
Yeah, we have some tricks up our sleeve, hopefully.
And like Seymour said, he said our crawl space floods and gets stinky mice. That's kind of what the old crawl space on the other house. It didn't flood, but it was just like, it smelled like dirt, and it was kind of musty and stuff under there, right? So,
and it housed lots of mice too.
Fair enough. So I mean, I don't know. I like, you know what? My Aunt Leona had a cabin with just a slab. It was a stick-built house on a slab, and it was really nice.
The only thing that would concern me is the slope that we're on for a slab. So we got to make sure that we do all of the diverting and everything.
Oh, don't worry, I've got that
10%. Pole barn is useful. It definitely will be, and it'll give him a place to go when we're just too much for each other. Which doesn't happen often. We lived in the cabin, and it was 350 square feet per floor, and now we're in a trailer, and I think we're closer for it. I don't know if you would agree, but I think we're closer for it.
I do.
Are you just saying that?
No.
Thorhaven says he's got to head out if you've already gone, because I know we were a bit behind. I think we're going to get out too.
We'll see you soon, buddy.
Yes, we'll see you soon. Where were we?
I don't know.
Okay, there we were. Billy Truth Be Told, hello. We are still on.
We still do exist.
Yeah. But ready to pull my trumpet and do some jazz. Bettina says Kendra just mentioned the elevation recanning in her recent video. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So she, I think she's still, well, no, she's kind of along the same road, but I know there's a bit of a dip where we are higher than her, I believe, but I think she is above sea level. Same with us. And I think going down towards town, it's low. Like when I went to Oshawa, what did it say where we used to live? I think it was just under 300 feet above sea level. So we do have a higher elevation here. Burr, that's cold. Yeah. I spent a lot of time this year in the crawl space fixing plumbing. Yeah, that is the one benefit to it is the plumbing. So we got to figure that out.
If you have a lot of plumbing running under the house, yes. But what we'll have is we'll have the pipe coming in, and then all the plumbing will be in the walls or in the house itself. So
so it won't be in the slab.
No.
Okay.
It won't be in the slab.
Okay.
We'll have to dig for the septic pipe out and the water pipe in, as well as a couple other things. But no, I'll have it all taken care of. Let's see here.
If you had called a plumber, it would have been over 5,000. Wow.
Yeah.
Or if they had.
It's you can save yourself so much money if you just take your time, do a little bit of research, and figure it out how to do it yourself. And a lot of it you can. But the one thing I'd always recommend: know your limits. Know where to draw that line. Of course, I don't seem to know how to draw that line. I drew that line once, and then
I
the guy
draw
messed
your
it
lines.
up. No, we hired that one guy. I told you, I can't do that. Hired the one guy. He messed it all up. I stopped. I kicked him out, fired him, got my money back, and did it all myself. Well, I have buddies.
That's the whole point of everything, though. You learn, right?
Yeah.
The point of the geothermal greenhouse I was talking about is that you can move into it if it doesn't work out. Oh, yeah, you could. That would be beautiful. Same here. Map 4, I buy with zone 3 in mind. Yep. Yeah, because you're in the Upper Peninsula, so you probably have very similar weather to us. It's hard to get service. Being a handyman pays off around here. I bet it does. And my master bedroom is about 300 plus square feet.
That's the size of the old house.
Yep. Well, 350. Yeah, 50 feet short. It's good to know how to do things. Okay, so.
Goodness.
Yeah, I know. I did it again.
Hey, yeah, my dad made sure
hold on.
I know how to do a lot of stuff. He was a do-it-yourself guy.
North Shore says, great hanging out with you tonight. Looking forward to seeing you soon. Yes, she is 1,300 something. I don't know. I missed a comment somewhere.
Yep.
Glad you had a lovely visit with your girls. Thanks for all the updates. Thank you for stopping by. We've missed you guys.
Yeah, 1,300 something, the elevation, I think.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Ethan says that we were at 1,362 feet above sea level.
Our cabin was 1416 or 1413. And over here, I think we are 1402. So.
Let's see. I was warned slicing a cheese block. Ouch. Oh, must have cut herself or something. Yeah, Angie, elevation here just over 100 in the Schwa. Wow, that's a huge difference.
Yeah.
Billy, you cut the cheese. Drops family. I'm 2,000 right now, but my old home in Georgia was 2,600 square feet.
That's high.
No, that's square foot of the house.
Oh.
That's big. That's like my brother's house is that big. It's huge.
Right.
Honey Badger's homestead. Yeah, moving east towards Texas. You know, I've got a buddy of mine who lives in Texas, and another buddy of mine whose wife's still serving, and they want to get out and move to Texas and start a compound there. So I'm interested to watch what they do. Because it's CJ and
yeah, that'd be cool.
Let's see.
It's already 10 o'clock. Oh my gosh. I didn't have time to be nervous, really. I was nervous in the beginning, and now I'm like.
All right.
I think it is time, though.
Okay.
I can feel my eyes like
Yeah, and we've got a big day tomorrow and the day after and the day after.
Yes.
Phone calls
But
and
we're
stuff
filming
too.
it.
Yes,
We're
every step.
filming it. Yep.
Thank you so much, everybody, for dropping in tonight. Thank you so much for coming back and seeing us. Like, I really didn't expect such a big turnout. I'm super happy about it. More to come. Tons more to come. My brain is so fried right now.
I know. Maybe we'll get some sleep tonight.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Maybe. We just moved the trailer. So we're now going to be laying the same direction as where we were at the old place. So
There you
maybe
go.
that'll help. I don't know.
All right.
Blessing says, good night, guys. I can be at 120 minutes by car. Oh, wow. I'm so happy to have seen you two tonight. Bettina says, take care, y'all. God bless. And get a better camera. Yeah, it's
we
not.
Were just
yeah,
talking
but
about
it's not
that.
The camera.
No,
It's
some of it's
our.
the camera.
It might. Yeah, might be some of it. Might be the camera.
But it's also
it's
the
internet, and we're waiting on Starlink. Elon.
Oh, how is Turk?
She's doing like better, but she did reopen a wound, so we're gonna actually tomorrow we're going to soak her down because I bought a spray for her, and so we're gonna soak her down, make sure there's no infection, things like that. The problem is where it is. It's on her front of her breast, and so all of her weight is there, and so her skin. How do you say it? So she's right down. She got sliced, basically. You know, I don't know how big of it. It's a big wound, but she got sliced, and her skin split open, and then where her meat is, it got pecked a couple of times, and there's a gash there. So it was looking pretty good, and I actually tomorrow's video will have. She's still walking and eating and everything, but
seems normal.
I'm just hoping either infection or which we are cleaning it and taking care of it that way. Infection or what was the other thing? I just hope she heals before winter.
Yeah.
Because she won't be able to survive winter with that kind of wound. So we're doing what we can. So I am finished editing tomorrow's video, so it'll be uploaded tomorrow. And you can see Turk, she's walking and everything. So, but we're hoping she heals. We're doing what we can.
Honey Badgers said put back bulb on it.
Yeah. Someone told me to get blue coat. And when I went to the feed store, they only had red coat, which is only for superficial wounds. The blue coat would have been perfect, but that feed store has not been able to get blue coat in for over 2 years. So they told me the next best thing, what they were told to recommend. And so she looks like Iron Turk because the spray is silver. And so she's all coated in silver. But we are going to wash that off tomorrow, take a look at her wound, reassess where she's at, and we'll do a video on that. So
now, Red in the Valley said, just a suggestion, the channel 1870s Homestead had a turkey injured, and she fixed it up with Manuka honey.
Honey's another awesome one. I just actually saw a video. It's like a wound. It's 4 wounds. It was made with honey, and there was a few herbs in it, and then you let it sit for a little bit, and you can use it for cuts and things. But the problem with her is where it is and all of the weight. So as soon as she starts to heal, it kind of reopens a little bit because it's all like when she walks, it's on the front of her breast, and when she walks, all the weight is there. So that's the trickiest thing. And then her skin, where her feathers were, is completely split back. And I've seen a chicken heal from it, but they also had the wound on the top of their back. So it wasn't, it's for her, it's more the weight where it is, and she's a big turkey, so all the weight's there, right? So that's what we're hoping for. But she's up still, like roaming and chirping and eating and drinking, and so she's still doing all those things. So we'll just have to wait and see. Colloidal silver. Snow in July when I lived in Montana. I've heard good things about colloidal silver too. Yes, I might look into that. I remember hearing that too.
Well, George is
I know.
yelling at the door.
Yes, I have a lot of my own herbs and sacks that I've made too, and there is one. It's called Fiskars or Fiskas, and it's made here in Canada. It is an amazing salve, and I've been using it on her. I've seen other wounds be healed from it. So I just ran out, so I actually do have to go into town and pick up some more. But yeah, so we'll see. We'll see how she does. It's not the injury itself; it's where it is. That's the problem. So. But
All
yeah,
right.
all right. I think one of the dogs tooted.
Was that what that was?
It wasn't me.
All right.
Can you dress the wound with wet to dry dressings to keep the skin pliable? Yes, that's what we go and we treat her a couple times a day. So I'm usually pretty good with the wound area. That's my I do really well with that, and so it's not the wound, unfortunately, it's the area.
And right in the valley, you're not crazy. I do that too. I'll be out here and I cut myself or scrape myself while I'm cutting the trees down. And I'll
pop the sap and put it on.
It works like crazy good, and it's like an antiseptic too.
Yeah.
So
yes, Nasty Rooster is right. Since I'm moving. Live cam in my home if you want. Spring Creek Ranch live cam. Oh, cool. All right. I could be here all night talking, but I do need some sleep. And
all right.
I thank you guys for coming out. It's been awesome. And we will see you guys next Monday and in the videos to come. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Thanks again for showing up.
Yes.
And as always,
take care and God bless.
Until next time.
I always mess that up now.
Messed it up.
I did. Until next time, take care and God bless. We love you guys. Bye. Put that smile on.